The scene starts off with Danny peeping his main out puller with a plethora of people. That's the word of the day for you guys. You're welcome. Back to the scene. Why was this guy putting so much sway in his walk? Like he was on his way to audition for American Next Top Model. I'm pretty certain Tyra's not looking for you, my guy. Then we see Danny doing what he remembered his mother did for him. He safely stored away Sam and Victoria so he can engage in some good old fisticuffs. And that was the next thing they gave us. But before we start, we know anyone who was employed by a penguin is literal doo-doo water. And Danny had the same mindset because he rushed out in the hallway, no fear. To me, that's calling them ass. First dude rushed in and was declined faster than Adrian Bueno or Corey
Trying to bag
Live.
me on an Instagram live is fucking crazy.
You hate to see it. Unless you live to hate, then you love to see it. Danny had this nigga hooked in the wall with a single punch. You would think having peeped that, he would reevaluate his game plan. Nope, he just wanted to see what that Sparta kick felt like because he ran directly into it. If that was his goal, he could cross the shit right off the list. Mission accomplished. But how bad did Danny take this man's ankle? Because Danny dropped two niggas, then turned around, and he was only getting ready to swing his bat. The man got across so bad he damn near ran 100 meters. And he should have just kept running because he came back just to get violated. Me personally, I would have kept running. That I tried. He had the bat snatched out of his hands, and right here is where I knew this man had never been in a fight. He was probably standing outside of Home Depot when Penguin approached and offered him a pack of cigs if he came to squabble. Because why would he just toss out a random ass kick like this? Had his leg snapped, giving him that gingerbread man treatment. See, that is why he should have kept running, because now he can't. Now all he can do is reminisce about the good times when he had two knees, like that one NPC in the Elder Scrolls. Then Danny just shoved him, trying to turn him into a bowling ball. But these are some assholes. They seen his leg was now shaped like the letter U, and they still moved out of the way. Just let him hit the floor, dodging him like he had the plague. Then Danny did the dash, but for a brief second the cameraman went outside, where we see Penguin sending in more people. And like a man with common sense, knowing he and his co-workers were ass and was just sitting there as cannon fodder, he wanted to use his problem solver. But Penguin added another handicap, telling him not to utilize the only thing that could aid him in his fight: a weapon, a pistol. We cut back inside and they are still on Danny's ass. But this man ran down the stairs with no thought in his head, only to be seized like Wesley Snipes' assets by the IRS and used to knock down the group behind him. Then this came right after, like he was waiting in the queue to get fucked up, and hit a downward slash like he was a Dollar Tree action figure, and his arms were limited to up and down only. You could swing the weapon left or right, it's okay. And with that simple ass attack, Danny easily weaved it, then fed him a finger licking combo. Then another came along doing the same dumb shit that had this dude taking a nap. Just like me, Danny was disappointed with their fight prowess and just leapt over the railing straight into fucking someone else up. Like, how do you run up, see him land, and still end up like this? Danny deadass spun this man like he was a DJ on a turntable. And the stupid epidemic didn't end yet. It was like he didn't peep what just happened in front of him. In fact, this nigga had to dodge his own co-worker just to end up the exact same way. At this point, I'm starting to feel bad for Penguin. They are just stealing money from this man. They show up knowing they aren't going to do shit but get hurt. The cameraman over here utilizing lateral movements to get the best angles, and Danny caught this man dead in the place with a Sparta kick, launching this grown man backwards. He was just gone. And why did this man run up with confidence after seeing a gameplay like that? Only to...
This nigga is trash.
Again, with another downward slash. I don't even need to tell you what happened to old buddy. You can make an educated guess and be 100% correct. But you know what was new? The closed fist back and he fed this man. Had him stargazing mid-squabble. Danny was already on to the next. Guys, give him a round of applause. He gets sweet stomach music. Had his belly singing a tune of pain. But Pete, he weaved the look from this man at the same time. Then hosted him over his shoulders into a pool of people behind him. Now right here, I'm confused. Not gonna lie, I was scratching my head. Because I see the fact Danny weaved this man cleanly out of his socks, folding his clothes in the process while he was still wearing them. But he also robbed this man's chain from him. I mean, he didn't need it anymore, so I guess. Instantly, once the chain was in his hands, he felt the 1800 shooting through his veins and gave this man a lashing. Then went straight into blocking a downward slash and decided to hit this man with a trick shot, wrapping the chain around his ankles, taking him to the ground. And he just laid there like something happened to him. I told you, they were just robbing this man Penguin, and I can't blame them. I'm doing the same. Free money. I'm taking one hit and laying on the ground thinking, I did a good job. Now this man really is sleeping and tasting metal as your last meal is crazy. What downward slash seminar did these niggas attend? Because ain't no way they're all spamming the same ineffective attack. What did that earn him? A Sparta kick. He deserved it. Okay, this man really exceeded my expectations. He came out swinging his weapon to the side. It still didn't work, but I'm still impressed. I mean, I was until this nigga Danny wrapped the chain around his neck and then yeeted him. Now I can't say exactly what the weapon was that this man was using, but he couldn't use whatever it was effectively, missing a perfect shot attempt like 2024 Klay Thompson. But Pete, he was waiting in the corner like he was waiting for a special ball to fill up, and he could use was his ultimate, and this was the performance he decided to put on. I'll be damned. This was why he was rewarded with a laxative, loosening his guts with that kick. But someone finally put a dent in Danny's health bar, bruising this nigga's shin. But Danny didn't take that lightly. He went full DEFCON and activated a fatality on this man. Danny wanted this man on his shirt for fucking up his shin. Danny bat flipped Lynn and double knee into his gut. And I don't know what spidey senses this man Danny has, but he rolled out of the way, weaving both these niggas. But why is everybody running into the squabble? Because this man ran straight into a tummy tuck. But man, was Danny on their ass like Dr. Miami. He didn't even need a second, turning directly into the next round. Chopping down another one, hopped up and grabbed this man's arm because he already knew what he was going for. Another downward slash. Then Deadass just kicked him in the chin. But why did he drop like he was shot? It was his time to tag out. He took enough ass whooping for the pay he received. He was on to the next, lifting his leg mad high in the air, redirecting this man's weapon, then styled on him, spinning into a kick, turning his stomach like he ate Gordon Ramsay's grilled cheese. Now this part right here put a smile on my face, because ain't no way you retire a classic completely, whipping up the double drop kick, knocking the extra through a window. Now finally, we have a new challenger arriving on the battlefield. Personally, I think the best plan would have been to send your ace in with the cannon fodder and jump him, but that's just what I would do. Danny was back putting on the burners until you had nowhere to run and had to re-engage the hands, serving the first man with a stomach kick, using an attempt at whatever the hell this was, straight into redirecting the bat, then Danny broke the man's neck with a lariat. At this point, Danny was trying shit. This man came in swinging his chain, but Danny just tossed himself at him, then stirred his guts up and grounded pound, grabbed this man's weapon, yanked his ass to the ground, and started tenderizing his back. Then guess what he did? He turned the jets back on until he realized there was only one person behind him and stopped, turned to introduce his knuckles to his feet and kicked his head to some bricks, finishing off kicking his ass off the stairs. Now we have a scene changer, and finally the new challenger appeared, dropping behind Danny from the roof. Now I'm wondering how long his ass was up there waiting for Danny to come. What if he never came? Starting up the squabble, he tried to give Danny a super cut. Even though Penguin said not to kill him, I'm pretty sure decapitation is death, and I'm certain that move right there would have killed him. Slice this man hoodie clean into 2 pieces. I think this man forgot his job because he tried to impale Danny, turning him to a kebab. Why are you trying to kill him? Penguin want him alive so he can use him again as a fighter. A hole in the chest like he's Ace, he's not going to be useful. But after putting on the performance Danny was doing the entire movie, no way he could go all sad like that. Danny caught the man's arm, backing up, avoiding the knife until he tried to kick the weapon from his hand. But no lie, this might be Penguin's best hire because he blocked Danny's kick, snatching his arm free, then went right back to work attempting to slash Danny up. But Danny was like Prime Mayweather, UI Goku, time skip Luffy.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
He avoided everyone in the slashes like the nigga from Family Matter avoiding child support. This Mr. Clean, Agent 47 looking, thought switching the angle of the blade would help him perform better. And after all those misses, he had to try something new. Mr. Clean cast out the first blow that was hit by Danny, but he quickly followed up with a downward slash. The only to use that move and cause some damage. Granted, it was only to Danny's hoodie, but he had Danny looking like this.
Oh no, this can't be.
Danny picked up his own weapon now, returning the favor, slicing his pants. Then they started going crazy with a high-level melee weapon exchange that Danny lost and sent flying out the window into a scene change. Like, this nigga truly forgot his job was to capture him, because why the hell did he boomerang his machete at this man, giving us yet another scene change into a woman's bathroom while she was showering. And Danny was not trying to get his name added to the blackboard with the likes of Diddy, so he tried to activate the dead silent perk, tiptoe his way out of a charge. But Mr. Clean freaky ass burst the door like the Kool-Aid man, instantly blowing up Danny's spot, stumbling him in the process, then fed him a switchy music that he did block, but it did have him bird watching for a brief moment. One sec. I know it's probably a traumatic experience having 2 random niggas squabbling in your bathroom while you're butt naked, but why is she screaming with a formulaic rhythm? Shut up and fade into the background. Act like you're not there. The best way to survive is to not constantly scream, drawing attention to yourself. Lady, do you not want to survive? Mr. Clean was now on 10. He thought he was one of those ones launching a sidekick that Danny weaved, but that was a slight hindrance to him because he just kicked up the wall and with the same leg kicked Danny in the chest, and I blame her. Danny's probably being distracted with her screams. Be quiet and let the man chef up. Mr. Clean was feeling himself fully now, and the way he had Danny on his back foot nearly this entire fight, I could see why. He started spamming kicks like he had no arm. Okay, Sanji, save some for the rest of us. Danny was doing an amazing job blocking all those kicks. It was like he had an indicator letting him know the right time to hit the R2 button to block. The lady in the back just looking stupid watching this man play footsies with Danny arms until Mr. Clean hit that double kick, knocking Danny to the floor in the perfect position to give him a swirly. But instead he opted for a side kick that Danny weaved smoothly, causing Mr. Clean to fuck up this poor lady's toilet. She couldn't shower in peace, now she can't even use the bathroom. Now they were just going back and forth in this small ass area with Danny dropping it low to play with his guts for a few seconds before he tried to grab this man by his throat. Not gonna lie, that was a little freaky. Even Mr. Clean thought so. His face looked so shocked and disrespected as he hit him with the
You get your fucking hands off me.
But no lie, I can see why he wasn't using his hands, because he can't. Danny is stirring this nigga's pot in straight hands. No contest. He was bullying this man. He pinched his underarms because he could and started spoon feeding this man brain damage until Mr. Clean caught his arm. And I don't know, maybe Danny felt cornered because he just started having Homelander level cravings because he just lashed down on this man's nipples and started chowing. Then smacked him in the back of the head. Mr. Clean finally bought into the freaky antics and cup checked Danny before he returned the favor and started choking this man. I'm guessing Danny didn't like the feeling and had to utilize any maneuver to escape and tickled his underarms. They folded his arm like origami, feeded him an elbow, they made him lick the bottom of his shoe. They had a nice exchange, but tell me Danny not a little freaky. Had his head pinned to the wall like this. What move was he going for? I have no idea. But Mr. Clean started behaving like a madman, trying his hardest to use his cranium to give Danny brain damage. But Danny weaved, then kicked this into another scene change, straight into a Spartacus. Didn't give him a moment to breathe, fucking up a statue in the process. Is this an apartment or an art studio? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Danny came in using a kick, but I don't call him Mr. Clean for no reason. He hit a smooth dodge and intercepted Danny kick, feeding him his own foot in the process. Look at Danny's face. This man is tired. He had enough of fighting. They had a stare down with each other, a Mexican standoff, if you will. I think that's what they're called. Before they started back with the spamming of kicks, trying to Spartacus with each other like they were Pokemon cards, which was pretty even, which is strange because this man Danny has some type of hand strength. But the game of footsie started back up and Danny won the exchange, letting Mr. Clean know when it comes to kicks, he was him. But right after losing the game of footsies, that started overflowing with delusion. Because why was he now blocking like fighting Danny was effortless? Look how it ended up. Then to end the fight, Danny started stripping down before Mr. Clean a drop kick from hell, knocking him out the window through the Penguin's car. That was a good fight. Hope you enjoyed. Until next video, take care.